All right, live streaming now in the hot Texas heat. So I have the fan on, and I apologize for that. I wanted to go um, and do this one more time um, for those of you guys who missed it because of the music blocking on YouTube. So now I don't have any music on, so it shouldn't block anymore. All right, so I was adding most of the planes, but let's finish adding them. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to clone this guy, and I'm going to select the next plane, which is, oh, you know what? I don't think I finished this one. Oh, neat. I don't think I did. So we'll double check that guy, and I am going to go to IL2 website, and oh, I have a notification. Oh, reacted. Oh, whatever, it's fine. And in the mission making part of the forms here, we have payload list and dependencies on unlocks. This is the most current version. There are other places that have it as well, but not as important. So let's see, what do we have here? HE111. So I'm just going to search for 111. Here we are. This is 16. Okay, so we have 3 unlocks here, and so I definitely didn't do this one right. All those are fine, and 50s, we'll start at 2 actually. So what I'm saying is I'm saying that all of them, in this case, every single mod is available, and then the unlocks, the payloads that a player can choose. I didn't want them to do 50 pounds for all planes, and that was a design decision, which I could probably change in the future. But for now, I'm gonna leave it like with every single plane, no 50-pound bombs. So with that said, I only want them to be able to use like this guy right here. So I'm gonna say 2 and 3 is okay. But like C4 has a 50-pound bomb, so I don't want them to do that one. So we'll say 2 through 4, I think. No, 2 and 3. So this is, we're saying 2 and 3 is available versus this way where we're doing this and we're saying 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and whatever. Let's say like to 12 or whatever. So like everything from 2 to 12 we can use. That's how I have it up here. 1 through 3. And in this case, it's 2 and 3, but not 4, not 5, but 6 is okay. So 6, 7 is okay, but not 8, so you'd have some 50s. And 9, 10, 9 and 10 are okay. So 9 and 10. But see, 11 has those 50s, we don't want that. 12's okay, 13, 14, 15. So 12 through 15, and you can do this too, right? 12 through 15 is okay, 16 is not, and then 17 and 18. So 17 and 18. And since the Heinkel has a lot of fuel. We don't need that much. So we'll do 0.15. And this is, I think Leon was asking about, like, where can you set the fuel level at? And here it is right here um, in the plane loadout. This one's for the airfield for multiplayer, but you can still do it on a regular plane. So I'll grab like a regular plane entity here and just grab whatever, make it available. And the fuel levels right here from 0 to 1. So like 0.15 is like 15% fuel, right? 50% fuel, and so on. Anyway, so I will delete that. Let's go back to this guy. Actually, let's go ahead and save. Go back to this guy, and this one's good, but this one is not. So we'll delete that guy. And then I'm going to move him up close to the other Heinkel, so like they can choose between them. See, I've sort of grouped them together, group all the planes together. The way that you have this layout is how it'll appear on the screen for the player to select the plane. So like the first sort of 2 rows will be 109s, and then the next row will be 190s and Heinkels, and probably that single I-16, and then so on and so forth. And probably what I'll end up doing is pushing all the German planes up top and all the Russian planes down below. Let's look at this cycle. This one's too much fuel juice, so we'll say 15% there. And G2, 50% is probably too much, but it's fine. Okay, so hit OK here. We'll save this guy. And clone. And then we just continue building out all of these guys here. I think I have that guy. I don't have the duck. I don't have the 43 and so on. So I'll do the duck and then we'll move on. So this one is HS 129. HS 129 E2. I don't know if it's capitalized or not, but we'll capitalize it here. This is like what is the default loadout for the plane. We'll give it the 133. And oh yeah, let's give it the mirror. Why not? And we'll make it AP rounds. Actually, no, we're attacking ships. Let's take that off. No. Does the Heikel or the duck not have bombs? I thought it had bombs. Oh yeah, here we are. 500s and 250s. Okay, so I'm gonna hit OK there. Ah. Oh yeah, make sure that you like close it and then reopen it to save anything you do, or you'll not get what you set. All right, so that looks good. So we'll go back to, oops, not that. Back to this guy here, and we'll say 129. There we go. And so really, I'm just gonna let them only use the mirror. I don't even know what this is. This might be the RPK, but I'm not 100% certain. So just only let them use the mirror, and then they can do 0, not 1, not 2. 3 is okay. 4 is not okay. That adds the guns. No. Still adding guns. The different types. These are the 120s, right? Or the CMG 151, 20 millimeters. These 20s. And yeah, so that's it. 0 and 3, 2 payloads, but whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna skip that. Let's go ahead and save this. I really won't be able to test that until I push it into a multiplayer mission, but it's there, and I do need to finish building that out. So in the meantime, I'm sort of using this guy as my my tester, right? So let's take this whole ship's booth now. Actually, what I want to do is I want to. What is that way out there? Let's figure out what this is. Ship's health icon. Oh, that's a problem, eh? 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we kind of want these in the same place. So let's do this. And then this one. Minor bug. Solved. Okay, that's good. Good. Okay, reset here. Working group. Save. This is our master begin. Ship's booth. Copy. So I copied that. This was our original layout for our tanks. But I'm going to go ahead and delete this. And I'm going to paste a new one. I'm pasting the ships now because we know the ships work, right? So there's no need to like recreate the system because all vehicle entities work the same, or will have sort of the same logic. So now we'll call this the attack tank, moving tanks or something. Moving tanks booth. Right, because this is a carnival, right? They get to spawn there, spawn here, whatever. And we'll rename this one to, this is the attack moving ships booth. What the ship? Okay, and then we'll bring our tester back over here. And now go here, and we're gonna have to make some adjustments. So border icons are okay. But this one, scoreboard icons, is not. So let's get into here. And what does it say? Ship scoreboard. See, we want moving. Might not be able to have the space for tanks scoreboard. Oh, okay, we do. Tank scoreboard. Okay, cool. And I'll probably have to go back and change that other one too. And since we're here, we'll say moving tanks scoreboard. Actually, I'll just capitalize it. So what happens is what happens if the player hovers over the words, they will also see moving tank scoreboard instead of icon description, which is the default value. Okay, looks good. Shouldn't hover over those, but just in case I do. So reset that. Go into here, and we'll start with the south ships. And the nice thing is, since I've grouped everything, I don't necessarily need to mess with the backend logic. Oh, you know what? I do need to mess with the backend logic. I'm gonna have to do it on all of them. It's okay. So what we're looking for is this guy here, and we're gonna change this to tanks right here. Just for this is for sustainability and maintenance, right? We're gonna make sure we name things correctly. And we're going to say moving tanks spawned in the south. And then have this guy here. And 4 ships left should be 4 tanks left. And 4 out of 4. And last time I had talked about this, I had said, hey, I wanted to say something different because I have 6 vehicles out there. But again, I'm not really sure what's the best solution here. So I'll probably leave it up to the players. Players are gamify things really well, and they'll tell you like, hey, there's 6 ships. Why would you say 4 to 4? You should say this instead. And it's like, okay. And then that's what I'll change it to, whatever they say. So let's do this. We'll do. We can't do them all at once. We'll have to do the individual tanks left, and this one, tanks left, and this one. And this just notifies the player. I'm real big about letting the player know what's going on while he's flying around. Okay, so no more moving tanks remaining. Please wait for the tanks. I'll do moving tanks to spawn. Wait for it. Ooh, I like this idea better. Please wait for the booth to reset. Boom. See, now I don't have to type moving tanks again. No moving tanks remain. Please wait for the booth to reset. Perfect. Okay, cool. 1 out of 4 moving tanks remain. And then this one is 1 out of 4 moving tanks remain. And this one is 3 wait, did it say 1? Okay, cool. That looks good. Save that. And we can reset the group. That's one way of handling it, but we'll go into see I have everything nice and grouped up. Ships attack booth. That's, I don't know what that is. What's this? Oh, this is the it's the airfield. Airfield. Boom. Okay, I'm done. And then these are my player icons and player start. And then this is the moving tank. So we'll go back to this guy. And inside here we were in the south ships, which should be south tanks. And since I'm here thinking about it, let's go ahead and rename these all correctly. Tanks. And then tanks. Honestly, I probably should just do that because I'm probably going to use it again. And Man, I should probably know. I should have put these health icons inside the group instead of sort of out of the group, but it's fine. It's lesson learned, you know. Anyway, so here we were on the south tanks. So let's select this guy, and then I'm gonna move to that, and then have that good. And instead of saying that, we'll just say vehicle entities. So I'm trying to generalize. What I'm building is a prefab, right? I'm generalizing things so that I can reuse this sort of group system again. And I didn't do that before, but hopefully this sort of thing will be cleaned up. Okay, so these guys, uncheck this guy. Hey, uncheck. And they're all ships. And I can't change them. See, I could change them to another type of ship, but I can't change them from ship to tank, which is going to be a problem. So let's go ahead and go back to this. And my backend logic, I'm going to ungroup. We'll save this guy. And vehicle entities, I'm going to ungroup that guy. I'm going to save this too. And I'm going to ungroup this one too. Okay. So, think about all the connections. Delete spawn. See. Vehicles. Okay, so you know what I should have said was this vehicles spawned in south. Perfect. And I'll leave that how that is because it's kind of important. Activate vehicles. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to do this one time with this one sat here, this one prefab that I'm sort of creating, and then I ain't doing it anymore. I'm just going to duplicate the sucker. So one vehicle destroyed. So when you duplicate prefabs, you want to sort of like have a good naming convention where you're general enough that did I even spell that right? No. Vehicle. Well, maybe I did. Vehicles destroyed. 2 vehicles destroyed. 3. You're general enough that that you can use it for all sorts of entities, but specific enough that when another person reads your notes, they understand sort of like what's going on, you know. Again, maintainability. So as an example, I had this too specific. I had it as ships, right? But really and truly, it's a vehicle entity. Ships are a vehicle, type of vehicle. Planes are a type of vehicle. So I should have named it vehicle like I just did. And so with that done, it'll be a little bit cleaner. And I should have done that before I duplicated it 4 times and had all the other things I did in the other ones. Let's do like ship's waypoint. Let's do waypoint. We do south waypoint. So it's sort of like specific to the south one, but still general enough. Okay, and then this one will be south moving tanks. And then this guy will be, instead of cover friendly ships, it'll be cover friendly armored column. And that looks okay. Delete spawn vehicles. Okay, that looks good. All right, so now the difficult part that I really didn't want to get involved in, and that's this one right here. So we'll work with me, mouse. We're going to need to have the connection here. And then I'm also going to need a connection here. And a connection here. And then they all need to also have a connection here, looks like. So what's going to end up happening is I'm going to delete these guys. And just so I'm not crazy, you can see I have all these targets going back and forth and all that, and that's normally fine. But in this case, I want to make sure that when I delete these things, right, then I don't lose any sort of connections that are tied to them. And we can see that these three tie to the vehicles in some way, and then from there they do other functions. So when we delete these, we just need to reconnect these guys, and then we should be a-okay. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and delete them now. I'm going to save and then delete, and then we need vehicles. And, you know, they do have the word ships here, so maybe it was a good idea to have it ships, and everything else can just be vehicles. Okay, anyway, what was that? So let's do, we'll do German vehicles, and I think this Panzer IV right here is one of the originals that were tough. Before they started adding these player drivable ones or whatever. I think that's sort of like, well, maybe it was this one. I don't remember. Anyway, I'm going to use F1. It really doesn't matter, right? The players are just practicing with these tanks, right? They're just practicing destroying tanks. It doesn't necessarily need to be like absolutely perfectly historically accurate, right? We're just practicing. So this tanks is German. They're not enabled because they're going to spawn in individually. They don't have limited ammo, and the AI, they can just be sort of dumb. It's fine. Payload, that doesn't matter. Weapon mods, doesn't matter. Blah, 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 blah. That all looks good. Okay, so that vehicle's set. And duplicate them a couple times. I think I need 6 of them. So I'll do 4 of those guys, and then 2 flaks maybe. And you are German. And my mouse is weird. Okay, that's good. And I'm going to name this one AAA so that we know the difference between them. And actually, how many things do I have here? I have 6. But it's just waiting for 4. It doesn't matter how many you have, right? It's just 4, yeah. So I could technically do more vehicles. Players like more vehicles, you know. So let's do, let's just double this. That's how many is it? It's 5. So that makes 10. And 10 is good. And then let's put AAA on this side. You go there. Oh, look, spawn ships. Damn it. Vehicles, damn it. Okay, save. Okay, so we have 10. So this is where things get a little weird. I have these guys here. I'm going to duplicate them. And I'm actually going to turn them this way. Okay, and then we're at 6. So this is going to be in 7 and in 8. If I can do it here. And again, it's pretty important to make sure that you name things correctly, because you're gonna like if you saw my other videos, you're gonna run into problems. And I am just gonna do this because it makes things easier. So what I've just done is I've I've copied the X value of this one and then pasted it into these other guys so that they're whatchamacallit, they're in line, all in line. So these should all still be ones, and they all have reset up operations, which is perfect. Really and truly, I don't need counters with this sort of a one with a reset operation. That's basically a timer with no time on it. So I don't really need them, but because of how it was built, I'm just going to continue using these as they are. It's no big deal. It's fine. Okay, so here's where things get tricky. So if you take a look at how this is set up, it starts off with 5 milliseconds and 10, 15, and it's every 5 milliseconds, right? So we're at 30 here. So this is going to be the timer 7, and it's going to be 35 milliseconds. So we need to go in here, we need to change it to 35. And then this is T8, or timer 8, and it is 40 milliseconds. And change this guy, save that, and then this one is T9. And basically what's happening is if the way that Jim created this, by the way, I didn't create this, so all credit goes to Jim. But what happens is if damage occurs very quickly, because players tend to like drop big ass bombs. Oh shit, that's too much time. It's 50. Players drop big ass bombs, and when they do, it tends to destroy things very quickly on the mission, right? And so this sort of gives a 5 millisecond delay for all damage coming in. So as the damage comes in, it'll wait that 5 seconds, or 5 milliseconds before it sends the information to the server to calculate that, hey, damage came in. And it gives it's just a performance gain, you know. It gives that like slight performance gain of saying, hey, you know, don't calculate damage until you've already processed this first damage set, and then calculate it the next one every 5 milliseconds if damage comes in that quickly. All right, so we'll make the connection here now to where it's calculating the damage, which is this guy right here. You can see, right, all 0 right there, that guy, which is fine. Okay, and then this, the nice thing about this is, let's say that I have a building. So let me grow a block here, and we'll do buildings. They're better, I think. No, blocks is better. Blocks is the ones I want. Sorry. So let's do this town. Let's say that you want the player to destroy this town. Why? It's not showing up. This town right here. Whoa, that scared the crap out of me. So you can see there's all these buildings here, right? They have all these buildings, and we could set the damage to, you know, something more reasonable. And players can actually destroy individual buildings. If I made a connection to, I need to create it as a linked entity. And then if I said on killed like this, it would calculate, you know, it would wait until all the buildings are destroyed. I might be saying that wrong. Pretty certain it would wait until all the buildings are destroyed. So if they destroyed some of them, it wouldn't calculate. It would only send like one instance of on killed to that, versus doing something like, just do that. And then I see this a lot of times where like, let me actually do. This is a tangent. It has nothing to do with what I'm building, but I will actually be building a sort of industrial complex where players can bomb it out or whatever. So I see this, right? This happens all the time. This is very common. So we'll make all these linked. And once linked, we can change the country to Germany. And hit OK. And then this sort of thing, where on killed, if I can add it. And then it's like on killed, and then Oops. Okay, calm down. One of these guys, and then they have this, right? And then they'll put like 115 or something like that. And then they'll make an unkilled to this, like that. And then from there, they'll have some other logic going out, you know, like, ah, like other logic. And so basically, they're banking on the system to calculate all 115. And for whatever reason, one of them went around and went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For all these little instances inside this block, they counted all of them out, and it was like, yeah, it's about 115. And maybe there was some testing done or whatever. And so to get that 115 value, but that's just super terrible. I would rather only get one instance. So you do like this, and like this, and like this, and now I'm waiting until this whole the majority of this block is destroyed versus, you know, I think I said earlier, like they have to destroy the whole block. It's the majority of it. And I don't know the exact value of that majority. It's not this. This is a damage report. That's actually to say, hey, you know, the facility is being attacked or whatever. You can say, you know, let's do a timer here. Like you can say on damaged. And so once the block is 50% damaged, then you know this other logic will fire off like that. That has nothing to do with on killed. Anyway, so this sort of display stuff is just so good, super good. Okay, so we have 10 vehicles. Let's do this. Oh, I think the tangent went. I was trying to say is I could do something like this where I have a counter of 5, and so I could do 5 blocks. Do another block here. I could have five of these guys here. You know, boom, 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 boom. Wait for the computer load. Oh, I think I did 6. I did. Okay, no, I did 5. Okay, so then create these linked. And so now I could have 5 in this guy and then just 1 here. And so it would check, it would, you know, this would never fire off that 5-second millisecond thing until all 5 of these are destroyed. So you can have different values here, which is really nice. Okay, anyway, make sure I change that back to 1. And on killed. And I don't know what I did with this one, so I'm gonna delete all outputs, and then we'll do on killed for this guy. And I think they're in the the tree, so I'm gonna actually have to move them, but that's fine. I moved them down here so that I can make sure that we make all the connections here. And I'll do this and this. Oh, and don't ever forget, we're gonna have to do a proximity thing. So for ships are like a bigger objects, right? So they don't necessarily need to like stop and set up their AA and all that. They just need to they can just fire kind of on the move, you know. But these vehicles, they actually have to stop and set up. And okay, apparently either I can't count or I did something wrong. Oh, I have 11. Okay, so that's cool. Where's this guy at? Right here. Guess we're gonna have 11. We're gonna have 11 vehicles because I did 11. Let's do one more AAA. Let's see how many I have. I have 2. Not. Ah, man. See, if I add too much, then people don't want to practice on it. So for now, we'll make it. Oh, you know what I could do is I'll make it the staff car. I need a leader. That's good. Good thinking, Sketch. Way to go. Let's see where I'm at. I don't know if it's the guy. I think it's this one is the staff car. Could be wrong. So say staff car. This is like how I do like the leader, and so like everyone else has to follow him no matter what. Yeah, okay, that's the right one. Okay, so this guy, and then this, not killed, and you are 11. And again, the order doesn't matter here as long as they all have the connection. So that connection is golden, so let's put that over there. And then this connection. So what I'm doing now is I have this object selected, the spawner, and I'm doing Shift and O together. That's Shift and Object, or Shift and October, and I'm just linking this guy to these guys. Okay, so those are all connected. And then this one. No! My computer just slowed down. Come on, computer. Don't crash, mission editor. Jesus. No. Save. Uh, oh. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay, this guy. You need to make a connection with them. And oh, I can't even have a leader car because they're spawning in. I forgot. So this is sort of a issue with how I'm doing this method. If I do, I need to make an object connection for the delete as well. If I did a on activate, and then the player destroyed them. Damn it, clicking too fast. Then if I wanted them to come back in, an on activate wouldn't work because they're already dead, right? Or in this case, I'm respawning them. But the problem with respawn, at least in the current setup with the editor, is that you cannot have formations. So whatever setting I have here for these vehicles, that's how they're going to move. You know what? I'm gonna put the staff car in the back. Like, yeah, he's the bitch. He's like, y'all guys, go forward, attack, save me. 2A is good, I think. And we could probably put this sort of like in the middle like that. Looks good. Okay, and that's good. Let's save. Now we need to we have these. Now we need to make a notification to the vehicles to say, hey, when I spawn. So as soon as I spawn, I need a command, and I need to go somewhere. So we're saying, as soon as this spawner fires off and spawns this vehicle, tell this vehicle to go to this waypoint. And I have to do that for all these guys. And since I'm lazy, I'm just going to do this. And you'll notice that I have the connections all tied in here. This one, hey, this one, this one, this one, and that one, and I spawned. Have this guy, yes, and this guy, no. And spawned. This one, yes. This one. Okay, these guys spawned. That's good. This one has it. This one doesn't. Spawned. And here, just like constantly. This is the bread and butter of like building a mission right here, man. Constantly just duplicating these actions over and over and over. Okay. And then save. I'm going to grab the spawner here and make sure that I have all that. You see how that's flickering? It's just letting me know that I have object connection and I have that on report connection. It looks like I have all of them, so it's good to go, which is awesome. Perfect. And that looks good. And I'm going to change the way this is. That's fine. You know, I should clean this up. It's just bad. This is so bad. What is this? Whatever. And then this is this guy. Which goes to the next one. Why did that? Oh, they're all going to this sort of guy. Oh. Click, 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 click. Maybe I can make this guy like this. And then that'll make them a little bit cleaner. And then this one. Where's this going to? I don't even know. What are you going to over here? Oh, you're going to a message. Let's move all these messages. Up here? I don't know. Up here. Something like this. Oh, they're inverted. Son of a bitch. It's fine. Over here. And we're in tech debt right now, but that's okay. I really do want this to look clean. Again, it's part of like maintainability, you know. And this is another example of actually I like that better. Like that. Why can't you be like him? I gotta be all ugly. Why does this one not have a connection here, but this guy does? But you work. I don't understand. Oh gosh. Okay. Okay, wait a second. What the flip? Okay, this fires off that message, but then this one fires off this message but doesn't turn it off. How does that happen? Deactivates the counters. I don't care about you. I probably have a bug. Oh, I see why. This is the same? No, this one. Wow, I have it so jacked up right now. Or do I? What are you going to? Oh, yeah, you are. You are indeed going to something. And you are indeed going to something up here. Oh, health. That's fine. Jeez. Jeez Louise. What is this going to? What are you going to? You're coming out here with these connections. You have. Okay, wait. We're just gonna leave it. I don't even know why it works. Oh, wait. I got you. I see what I did. There we go. See, now it looks like your brother. Okay, cool. And kind of looked better the other way. Because this one has like all these connections down here, and then you're just like this guy, something like that. Damn. Did I make you look pretty? You just look like ass. Just like bubble booty going on. Just look terrible. Oh, I kind of like that sort of connection. Ah, man. No. No good way to clean you up. How did this one get like this? Okay, whatever. You know what? Blah and blah. I'm trying to mess with that. Okay. And honestly, you guys can go down here. You know, and maybe all cray. Go up there. I know that you work. And honestly, I know that all of you guys are too. Whoa, whoa. Let's save before bad things happen here. You know what? Let's also do this. That'll. No, I didn't click that. Okay. We need to go here too. And we will spawn this out. What I want to do is I kind of want to do this sort of thing, right? So like, you can't mess this up. And then this go here, and this one can go here, and you can go closer to this. I like how it's going, and it's just really sloppy. Really sloppy. Like so many connections going on here. This looks terrible. I wish it was cleaner. And I mean, I'm sitting here saying I wish it was cleaner, and I was working on it, but I don't know. It doesn't need all that craziness, I guess. Yeah, that's better. Activate waypoints, fine. This one go right there. That's cool. What are you guys down here? Come up here. And this, oh, see, 4th tank right here. Boom. 4 out of 4 tanks left. Whoa! Whoa! That's good. That's close enough. And then this one is this message here. It's close enough. Close enough. Save. We have our vehicles. We have our tie-ins. We have this. We have all this logic. And oh man. Maybe I can, okay, let me start over here. This guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. And then you go here, go here, and these come in. That looks better, right? And then come over here. And then, I don't know which one is. I guess this one. And this one, and this one. It's here, and this guy. And then, yeah. Yes. Oh yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay. Looks good. One of these. A couple of those. And actually, this one goes in the middle. And you. And you. Oh, and look, I don't have a connection here. Hey. Oh, whoops. Okay. Science. That looks good. Honestly, it does look better. These little tiny multiple connections that like suck. And this guy. Oh, what is this one? Hey. Let's do that. And then this guy could be. Oh, it's not a connection to that. You. Where are you coming from? It's like appear out of nowhere. You can't do that. This it's fine. These are fine. This one. Okay, now it's looking a lot better. Damn. This guy has connections all over the place. That's fine. Fuck it. Basically what I'm trying to do is make all the connections visible. So just in case I need to do more maintenance, which it's going to happen. I'm just telling you now, it's going to happen. I'll be ready for that, more maintenance. Okay. That looks pretty good. So I'm going to copy the X value here. Paste. And grab these guys and paste. And grab these guys and paste. And this one, copy your X value. And boom. Boom. And then boom, boom, and boom. Looks good. And then the X value here. Boom, 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 boom. Makes it look like a professional did it. Oh shit. But in reality, it's just me. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then grab the Z here. Boom. Boom. And I like how close this one is, so do that one. And then this one. And then this one. Oh shit. So there. And there. And there. And there. I had this idea to have like a little angle, but whatever. No! It's okay. Save. Copy. This one. Copy. And one more. Boom. Yeah, see, they all look like they're all aligned or whatever. And honestly, I should probably move this guy forward and redo all of it, but I don't want to. I do want to, but I don't want to. And I could probably realign these guys. Let's make it look like I did that copy paste stuff over there. All right. Anyone else looking at that's going to go, man, that looks really cool. How did you do it? You must have used a computer. Nope. Ooh. This has got. Oh, it's going to be close. There we go. Oh, and let's do this here. Boom. Okay. Looks good. Oh, I should do these two, huh? This one. Boom. I could probably do this too. Bloop. Bloop. And the reason I'm doing this is because I know that other mission editors are going to look at this, and these functions will probably change, you know, they'll want to change the text of the subtitle and stuff like that. Or I may have to go in there, so it's nice to make it look good there. But this sort of thing, I just wanted to make it smaller so it's more manageable. So vehicles, back-end logic, because really it's just the back-end stuff that like, it's not really back-end stuff, but it's sort of like the stuff that please don't mess with because this makes everything work. All right, save that. We will push our south waypoint up. Something more. Oh, you know what? Let's. Oh wait. Let's do it like this. Like just go from there to there. It would be cool actually if like there might be a better spot. If like there's the airfield or something is like sort of in the center, like something like this. But I want to save this spot. I think. Like I could save the spot because it has like 1, 2. I don't know if that's road. Yeah, it's road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different ways for the like convoys to sort of come up on the road there. Oh, this one's kind of cool, but it's too short. Maybe over here. What do we have over here? Do we have anything? Do it right here. Oh, yeah, we could do it right there. It's fine. So we'll bring that over there later. All right, these guys move you up, and then this can be moved up, and you are the group objects, and you're the death counter back end, and then this is like spawner. You know what? I should bring him on this side. It's fine. And this is actually all this is group objects, and then this group is sort of like respawn logic. Okay, so like don't mess with that. And then this is the messages. So I'll group these guys fine. Vehicle messages, and this is all of the vehicles. I'll group this up. Call this vehicles entities, and reset working group. Moving vehicles, says working group. South tanks is this guy here, and not that one. This one. So south tank health icons, and now I can find it in the outliner somewhere. Scoreboard, health check, north, south tank. South tank health icons. What? Oh, here we are. South tank health icons. Thanks. Thanks for watching my videos. Thanks for getting shot by me. Thanks for missing me when you shoot at me. And thanks for shooting me down so I can learn. And thanks are destroyed. Ha! Perfect. Okay. And then I'm gonna do this. And we have these ships can go over here. I don't care about you. And you're all that logic over there. Okay, and so then this. is, that's our connection. This is our connection. Switch to enter. Oh, this is our enterer. Okay, my bad. And this is our enter. This is our output. Input from exit. Input from exit. Input from exit. Why do I have connection to? Input from exit. Shouldn't have 2-second timer. Wow. I definitely had this wrong. There we go. There you go. Check the ships and fix that real quick. So let's reset the working group. That was on the west. Set as working group. You can see when you have all these things going on. So this one. Ships in this. Switch exit. So this one is to there. Input from exit. Input from exit. Yes. Ah. Delete and connect. And then we'll move our exit back over towards that. Reset. Save that. Look at how much cleaner this one is, where I refactored and made it smaller versus like this crazy shit I got going on. Hey, but it works. It works. We're fine. Set as working group. Okay. And then this is to switch from exit. Oh. Seems to be, we can just say from exit. This one is input, put from enter. And this one is input from exit. And this is supposed to say switch, or say output to enter. And this input from enter? Yeah. Input from enter, input from exit. Input from exit. So what I should do is like this sort of thing, right? Maybe I'll make it like this. No. That's fine. And this one. And then this one. And then this one. Actually, let's make the, I'm guessing the spacing here on that one. And this is something like right there. And there. And then that's good. So now we have the messages. We have our tanks to south icons. And then we just need, let's see, enter. And this is enter. enter output. And this one is actually put from enter output. T, one sec. Enter output. Okay. And this is just exit. And group this up. This is our four-way switch. As the outputs, this four-way switches. And then this is enter. Enter with 1 second. And our exit. And I don't care about the rest. I'm going to disconnect these. So delete all outputs. And I'm going to disconnect these. Delete all outputs. And then delete. This is probably a really bad decision. Not the scoreboard. Delete. Delete. When you make bad decisions like this, it's a good idea oh, see, look, I didn't have something. I had something tied here and I just lost it. I literally just lost it. Son of a bitch. I don't know what it was. Well, I don't know what connection I had there. Wait. Let's take a look at this one. Just moved it. God damn it. How many times? Like, in the video so far, how many times have I moved that thing? So much. It's connected to the switch enter. What? Then this should still have our connection to the enter here, but it doesn't. And four-way switch. Switching group. Boom. Yeah, buddy. See? Simple. Scissors working group. A scoreboard. All this, all that. Okay, so the next step is probably to test this guy. But I won't be able to do that now, and it's already 11 o'clock for me, so we'll probably have to leave it in this state. And I really don't like leaving things in a state like this where you don't get to test it. Actually, I could probably make these connections. Let's see. This is output goes to enter checksum. Output to enter. Oh, that one's pretty good. I'm pretty positive. Yeah, these are not from enter. This is from out number. Yeah, because that's sort of like the checksum, right? Or the the checksum thing. Oh, look, this has no connection either. What the hell happened here? How did you guys lose your connections? Weird. Okay, so output, and this one goes to that one. Input from exit, so exit, Enter from X6. Okay. That looks pretty good. Sort of check zones. I think so. So this working group here. Oh yeah, we can clean this up a lot. A lot. Players have entered. See, this is a good example. Players have entered. Attack moving tanks. And I didn't like that. Oh, I think I did change the yellow. I did change yellow. And then this is attack moving tanks booth. Okay, so I've left the attack moving tanks booth. Resetting booth. Okay, perfect. So yeah, let's clean this up big time. So we'll start here. And then this guy. Boom. 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 And this guy. Boom. 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 No, leave that the way it is. Why do I have I have a switch because of the wonderful things that does. Oh, I just need one. Peace. And then these guys. Oh, I don't even know what I have selected here. This one. It's fine. Okay. Now, shouldn't have as much of an issue here. Yikes! Set a Z value when I meant to set an X value. Actually, like sort of like right there. So copy. There we go. That's fine. Give me this one. And what's your X? Yeah, give you the X value, buddy. That one. There. Nice little tree. Save. So only bad thing about like grouping it up like that is it's hard to maintain, right? If I run into an error with this check zone sort of stuff, it's gonna be hard to fix it because I'm gonna have to pull out everything and figure out what's going on. But I know the check zone stuff works because I didn't build it. No, I've used it a lot before, so I know it works. It's another prefab, right? That I know works good. So that sort of looks okay. What I got going on there. Probably bring this check zones a little bit closer. All right, and that looks a lot cleaner. I'm happy with that. So I'm gonna stop here. Hopefully you can kind of see what I'm doing. And if you have any questions, let me know. Happy to answer them for you. Thanks for watching the stream, guys.